long story short, we're allowed to stay in the apartment. And they're bringing in a dehumidifier on Monday to try to prevent more mold things. Today has been absolute ass. I've opened the window now because there's not going to be much sunlight left for the day. My head has been killing me. My head is tingling. My left eyeball keeps feeling like it's gonna fall out of my face. I've laid down for a really long time, but I've laid down so much to the point that like my body feels sick. At least my nails are cool though. They look like holographic. Why? So today has been very bad mental breakdown day. I had labs earlier, so we'll check the vitamin D and see if anything I've been doing has been helping. Yeah, the support group basically today was all just horror stories coming out of surgery, 3 months, 5 months, 8 months post-op. And hello. I decided that, you know, maybe to ease my mind, I would watch a video of the surgery. Why? Every time I have to have something done, I'm like, I'll ease my mind by watching it so I'll know what's gonna happen because I'm a control freak, and it's sometimes maybe it's better not to know. It looks like nothing has changed, but it's the next day, and now another girl who just came out of surgery 3 days ago had 2 strokes mid-procedure, and they didn't know about it until today when they did an MRI and CT scan. So I'm just like, the past 2 weeks have been horror stories and I'm fucking flipping out at this point. I don't see any grapes here. Is he so? Oh, driving the. Ow! No, it's not!
That's him right here.
Yes, it is. It's smooth. The tree reminds me of Totoro. Giving the kids. Smell it.
I don't want to.
Didn't smell it. Are you about to take off? Finished my portrait of Finn, which isn't the reason that anyone's here, but it's still exciting to me because I've been trying to get around to finishing it for like a month. I also bleached like a third of my hair last night because it's really bothering me how grown out my roots were. And it's one of the things I can control in my life right now somewhat. So we'll ignore this for now. So the moment you've all been waiting for, how the consultation went yesterday with the local surgeon, let me tell you, it wasn't good. The entire appointment basically was trying to divert me from wanting surgery, advised not to get the cyst drained, but if it gets larger, we would have to drain it. But then he said that these are often stagnant. I also have 2 masses. Yeah, so I don't know if pineocytoma would be the better term now. There's a cyst and then there's another mass. I didn't even know there were 2, and we didn't talk about that in the appointment, but he added it to the notes for the visit about the imaging and everything. And also in the appointment said that there were no signs of hydrocephalus, which was a win on our end because I've been dealing with a lot of intracranial pressure. But then in the notes said that there is, signs of hydrocephalus. But then later on the notes, like further down, said that there is no overt hydrocephalus. So I'm so just confused. He also talked about going in and totally like anatomically redirecting the flow of CSF through my third ventricle, which I have not heard of as a solution to having, any aqueductal obstruction by a mass in the pineal region. I've been doing a lot of research. I know, like, to most people that sounds stupid because I'm the patient, he's the surgeon, but it's very hard to find someone who specializes in the procedure that I need to get this done, and is, historically successful in carrying out the procedure. So I'm very anxious now to get up to MUSC and hear what Jared has to say, then get in with Patel. I'm wondering if they'll have me do another MRI sooner. The local surgeon wants me to do another MRI in August, which would be 6 months from my last imaging, just to make sure that nothing is weird, because apparently on the imaging could be a camera quality difference, but it looks as though my ventricles have structurally changed. They're not enlarged, but the fact that, the structure of them has changed is odd. So further imaging would prove whether or not that was a camera quality difference. Yeah, a lot of weird things going on. It looks as though one of the masses is about to start pressing on the tectum, and I've also didn't really know what all Pineal syndrome entailed, but now knowing what all goes into that, I am symptomatically well past the developing stages of that. So that's a little concerning. I just really don't like that throughout the appointment, everything was kind of written off and he just kept saying, these are pineal cysts under 10 millimeters are asymptomatic and don't cause any issues. But we've ruled out, MS. I reiterated once again, I can't drive by myself because I've blacked out while driving. I haven't been able to work like over a year. This is ruining my quality of life. My vision and hearing loss is getting worse. So what do you suggest if not surgery? And if you don't think that this mass, which is not even a cyst, it's 2 different masses. I'm like, if you don't think it is this, what do you think is causing the symptoms? He said, I'm not a neurologist, but I think you should get your vitamins checked. I already have. And I'll find out on Monday what my vitamin D is looking like, if it's back up. Because if that's back up to where it needs to be, the deficiency had 0 effect on any of my symptoms, and I just keep getting worse. And honestly, I'm seeing double right now, and this really fucking sucks. But yeah, most people in this work group, when they start having, in the imaging, noted mass effect on tectum, which is in between where the masses are and the aqueduct, they start having complications, with recovery after surgery once that starts taking effect. So I'm more worried now than I was before. Being written off was fine, but then to read the actual notes that weren't discussed with me in the actual appointment, it's just kind of infuriating. Always read your doctor's notes. Don't only look at your visit summary. Read the actual notes in your MyChart if you have access. I've got all of my visit notes having to deal with these symptoms over the past 2 years, PDF'd and ready to print out. And I'm doing the same for all of my lab work so I can take that up to Jared. I'm getting my discs with all of my imaging from the past year and a half. Tomorrow, my mom's gonna come and she's gonna help me get all that done, driving wise, because it'll be a lot. But yeah, just more distraught than I was before. Terrible appointment, not shocked. Also, apparently HB 21, which was passed in this legislative session, makes it to where you can't get any opioids past 3 days prescription wise. So if I were to have, brain surgery here in Florida, I would only be able to get that for 3 days, which would probably be the amount of time that I would be in the hospital post-op. I'd be on like fucking Tylenol after that, which if there are any complications, I don't think that's okay. So yeah, very, very anxious, but both excited to get up to MUSC at the end of next week.